Hold on tight. This isn't your average Hollywood drama. Ryan Reynolds just got booted from Disney after a shocking blow-up, and now Justin Baldoni is throwing down a major lawsuit over what could be the biggest Hollywood betrayal of the decade. The rumors, the leaks, the shady deals, it's all exploding into a scandal that no one saw coming. The real question? Who's playing who in this epic showdown, and who will come out on top? You won't want to miss the jaw-dropping truth behind the headlines, because this story is only getting started, and it's about to break the internet.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is just a neat little surprise. Rob Liefeld, who drew Ladypool.
Love Rob.
He's cool, right?
Great.
Yeah, he
Hold on tight because things are about to get crazy. Ryan Reynolds? Yep, he just got kicked out of Disney, and this headline is making everyone freak out. But wait, it gets even wilder. Enter Justin Baldoni throwing down a lawsuit over some mysterious poolside character. Heard the gossip? Yeah, Reynolds apparently lost it in a way that's so out there. The Mouse House had no choice but to boot him out. This is the meltdown everyone's talking about, and guess what? We've got all the juicy details. Get ready, because we're bringing you the uncut truth about the scandal that's about to break the internet. Ready for the ride? Let's go.
No, it's not every day a guy gets the interview. The love interest best friend's wife. The guy trying to replace Ryan as a husband. To me, he's his best mate. Holy shit.
Hold on to your seat, because you won't believe what's coming next. Word around town is that behind closed doors, Ryan Reynolds completely lost it during a major meeting with Disney execs. We're talking full-on meltdown, yelling, heated phone calls, and him storming out of conference rooms like a wrecking ball. And the aftermath? It was like an explosion went off. The Disney bigwigs, totally rattled. They had put everything on Reynolds, investing tons of cash and trust in him to lead some of their most important projects. But once those tantrums started flying, sources say Mickey's castle completely iced over.
I could not be more excited, actually. I'm 11 years excited. When I talk about it, I always just grateful I'm wearing an adult diaper. This movie has been the biggest pain in the ass to get made.
And here's where it gets straight up crazy. 1 minute, Ryan Reynolds is cruising along with that signature, smooth-talking, wise-cracking charm we all know and love, Mr. Charisma, flashing that killer smile like he owns the world. Then, out of nowhere, bam! We're hit with whispers of unacceptable arrogance and complete disregard for the very brand that helped launch him into stardom. What happened? Word on the street is the drama revolved around a project called Nice Pool, a come-ed bit that was allegedly pitched or developed under Disney's umbrella. And get this, rumor has it, Reynolds tried to claim it as his own personal creation. Plot twist of the century, right?
Approached a senior executive at WME and expressed his deep disdain for Baldoni, going as far as to suggest that the agency is working with a sexual...
Hold on tight, because it just keeps getting crazier. If you thought things couldn't get more out of control, think again. Word is, Disney didn't waste 1 second making moves. They allegedly called an ultra-secret, high-stakes emergency meeting with their top brass, and within minutes, the verdict was in. Reynolds was out. No press conference, no flashy announcement, just a snap of the fingers, and boom, he's gone. The big question on everyone's mind? Why such a sudden, drastic move? Yeah, maybe he went off the rails, said some things that rubbed people the wrong way, but wait a second. This is Ryan Reynolds, the guy who practically is the Disney brand. Normally, that kind of star power gets you all the leeway in the world, right? So what massive bombshell went off behind the scenes to make Disney pull the plug so quickly? Something definitely doesn't add up here.
I had no idea, but in 2010, he drew Lady Deadpool, and at the same time, I was cast in the Green Lantern with my now husband, who is not my husband.
Just when you thought things couldn't get any more mind-blowing, bam! Hold on tight, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. The meltdown? That was just the warm-up. The real show went down the very next day when the rumor mill went into overdrive. Leaked voicemails, shady texts, and maybe even a few sneaky audio clips started making their way to the public. And wow, what's allegedly in these recordings is jaw-dropping. Word on the street is you can actually hear Reynolds totally tearing apart the creative direction Disney wanted, calling them out for trying to control his comedic style. In one of these rumored clips, he's apparently heard blasting a top exec saying, "This isn't your grandma's silly cartoon, so back off." Ouch, right? For someone who's built a career on being playful, approachable, and fan-focused, this is a huge shock, but it gets even wilder. There are whispers about secret deals Reynolds might have been trying to make behind closed doors, leaving everyone wondering what really went down. Hang tight, because this plot is thickening, faster than a Hollywood scandal on steroids.
And so I read the script and I just immediately did a voice note. And I didn't call because I wanted it just to be my without any questions. And literally 16 minutes of it is.
And just when you thought this couldn't get any more insane, buckle up, because we're about to dive into the craziest twist yet. It turns out, Reynolds might have been secretly brokering deals with third-party companies, think cameo tie-ins, or even streaming services, cutting Disney out of the loop entirely. Yeah, that kind of shady business. One version of the story says a Disney staffer caught wind of these side deals and felt totally blindsided, tipping off the higher-ups and sparking a storm behind the scenes. But hold on, there's more. Another rumor floating around suggests that Nice Pool Bits, which was originally Disney's property, was something Reynolds tried to turn into a standalone project without Disney's blessing. Talk about a major power play, right? But here's the real bombshell. Justin Baldoni's name keeps popping up, with reports claiming that he was the original mastermind behind the whole concept. And the wildest part? Baldoni isn't backing down. He's sticking to his guns, pushing his narrative in this epic drama, and it's looking like this showdown is far from over. This roller coaster's just getting started.
All agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to high treason.
Hold onto your hat, because here's where it really gets explosive. The latest whispers on the street are that these leaked voicemails might actually reference Baldoni's original ideas. Ideas that Baldoni's got a paper trail to back up. Yep, you heard that right. This isn't just about Reynolds stepping on Disney's toes. It looks like he might have also stepped on Baldoni's legal property. Talk about a double whammy. Disney, already drowning in the backlash, is now facing an all-out PR disaster. Word is, they tried to scramble and do some serious damage control behind the scenes. But here's the thing. This meltdown was so huge, so public, that it's impossible to sweep under the rug. Now Disney's in full-blown crisis mode, and with every new leak, this story keeps getting wilder and more explosive.
It was inarticulate, it was embarrassing, but I learned this from my acting teacher. When you first read a play or a script, write down everything you think, because you never have those eyes.
This just keeps getting juicier. When you've got a star of Reynolds' caliber throwing shade and slinging barbs at co-creators, you know a scandal is about to blow up, and blow up it did. Now picture this. Fans who've looked up to Reynolds as their goofy, lovable, always smiling comedic hero are suddenly hit with the shock of their lives. The guy who's always seemed warm and fuzzy, maybe not so much after all. That kind of heartbreak? It could have absolutely pressured Disney to cut ties with him, no matter the cost. But hold up, we're still only scratching the surface. Let's talk about Baldoni. You know him as the heartfelt actor-director behind some seriously uplifting projects, but rumor has it, this guy's got a vengeful streak if you cross him, and it looks like someone just did. Word on the street is that Baldoni's been working on this quirky concept, Nice Pool, for a while. It's all about comedic moments around a pool, with deeper life lessons slipping through the cracks. But then, bam! Here comes Ryan Reynolds, swooping in, pitching the idea to Disney, and claiming it as his own genius. Insiders are saying Baldoni confronted Reynolds privately, demanding at least some credit or acknowledgement for his work on it. And how did Reynolds respond? Radio silence. Ouch. You can almost feel the tension in the air, right?
And Rob Liefeld drew Lady Pool based on he and his wife watched Gossip Girl.
Yes.
So it just was just a crazy. It's just like how the world just kind of.
He already had you in mind for that?
He did, and then my husband and I got married. Deadpool was made.
And here's where things get seriously intense. No apology. No mention of co-ownership. Nothing. That's when Baldoni is said to have completely snapped. He apparently lawyered up in a big way, pulling together every bit of evidence he could find. Emails referencing their early brainstorming sessions, text messages where Reynolds himself praised Baldoni's vision, and even behind-the-scenes photos of them discussing nice pool.
To stay updated with more exciting and latest news, make sure to subscribe to our channel Celebrity Circuit. Thanks.